What's going on, miners? Chump Change XD here. Hope you're all staying healthy, having a great day. So this is my CPU mining wall, and today's video is going to be about myself conserving some energy and trying to save some money on my monthly electric bill being a miner. So if you guys are into that, let's do it. All right, so let's get into the topic at hand. As you guys can see, we have the CPU mining wall here, and this has been mining Raptorium for about 6 months, maybe a little longer at this point. Now, looking at the price of Raptorium, we're about 0.007, so it's under a penny at the time of recording. And if we look at the all-time high, you can see right there, this thing peaked right around 8 cents. And at one point, this was super profitable to keep running. And I mean, I've just been holding my coins kind of like a fool. I probably should have sold some. So if we look right here at the wall, it's about 780 or so watts. And that's what we're pulling for all 7 of these miners, which isn't bad. But looking at the price of the coin now and where it was, these things are just not profitable. And to be honest, saving that 780 watts every day, all day for me is going to mean I get to keep more of my Ethereum mining profits. So what we have to do is shut this wall down. And that's all she wrote. So this wall is going to be shut down temporarily. So I may end up taking these and putting some GPUs on them and getting them into small frames with certain cards, but we're going to see. I really haven't decided yet, but at least this gives me an opportunity to clean all of these. All right, so next step, what we're going to do is I'm gonna start getting into the solar aspect of things. I have a grow watt inverter right here. This is a charge controller and inverter. I have all the wires. I have a bunch of panels, so there's 6 panels here. I have 2 lithium ion, 12 volt, 100 amp hour batteries. These are marine grade batteries. They're like top of the line that you can get. So I'm hoping you guys are interested in a video of that, so let me know down in the comments below. I have literally no idea what I'm doing with solar, but I'm going to figure it out and we're gonna do it together. So let me know if you guys are into that. All right, so now that that's all out of the way, the next thing we need to do is go upstairs to my mini Doges, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna save money running those. All right, so we're getting up in my attic now. And as you guys can see, this is where the mini Doges were. I was heating my entire 2nd floor with this attic grow tent that actually is cut into my return duct on my furnace. So if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll leave a link above. So I'm gonna be saving money on running this fan, which isn't gonna be running anymore, obviously. And then on top of that, I'm gonna be saving money on the actual mini Doges running themselves, because when you run things at 120 volts versus 240 volts, you're actually restricting the flow path, which makes it actually cost more for you to run your rigs. So 240 volts overall is 100% better for any type of mining situation. So now let's get downstairs in the studio. I wanna show you guys where I plug these in. And here we are, check it out. So I have the 2 EVGA 1200 watt PSUs. I have 3 of them being fed off one, and then the other 3 fed off the other one, obviously. And they're both plugged in to my PDU that is right there. The path resistance of electricity is going to be a lot less on these units now because they're being fed from both legs instead of just one, which is 240 versus 120. So that's a huge plus for me. It's definitely going to save me some money overall. Now, lastly, what we can do is come over here, and if we look, sorry, it's a complete mess, but if we look in here, right, you guys know, crypto mining grow tent. Apologize if it's a little loud, but looking in here, right, I have a whole bunch of stuff going except for this rig, and you guys know why. I'll have a video on that real soon. But these cards are all running perfect. But the way I can save some electricity is to actually unplug some of the fans. So if you see right there, that's a fan that's unplugged, and I have only the top row on these rigs lit up. So you can kind of see I did the same thing on this one right here. The bottom row is off, the top row isn't. So I did that to all the top rigs, just unplugged the bottom fans. To be honest, I'm not even sure if those fans are actually helping, but I can at least save a little bit of electricity that way. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And then honestly, I think I'm gonna eventually be ripping them all off, but all of my GPUs are gonna be going in OCTOMINERs at some point anyways, so stay tuned for that. All right, so real quick, just for shits, I want to see how many watts this thing's pulling. So I unplugged all of these CPU mining rigs from this power strip right here, and I'm gonna turn it back on with just that motherboard working, and we're gonna see how many watts it actually pulls. All right, so she's back on. All right, so I just stopped the miner on my phone. Let's see, we're at idle 35 watts. I don't understand why this is still bouncing around, so it's going from 33 to like 40. All right, whatever, we're gonna plug a fan in, just see. All right, as you can see, I got the fan just dangling there. And if we look at the power meter, lowest it's going is high 36 to 37. And the lowest it was going was like 33, so this is between 4 and 5 watts if I had to guess. So 4 to 5 watts per fan. I have 8 of them on a rig. Downstairs I have 9 rigs, so 9 times 8 is what? 72? All right, so let's do some quick math on this, right? So we think those are around 5 watts a piece. So if we take the calculator and we do, there's 8 fans on a rig, we'll times that by 9, right? That gives us 72. Then we will times that by 5. And that will give us 360 watts we will be saving on not running fans on our rigs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be removing all those fans. That sucks, they look cool, they light up the tent, but you know what? It's really not feasible. It's a waste of electricity for me. So let me know what you guys are doing down in the comments below. Are you gonna remove all these fans on your actual GPU mining rigs? I mean, I don't advise it if you actually need them, but if you don't need them in like a grow tent situation with me, having the exhaust fans and passive intakes, it's kind of a waste of electricity, in my opinion. But if I had them outside the grow tent, that would be a different scenario. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What'd you guys think? Hopefully this helps some of you guys out. I mean, saving electricity is obviously a huge factor when it comes to being a crypto miner, especially if you're somebody that needs to sell Ethereum or your profits in general to be able to pay your electric bill. So hopefully this gave you guys some sort of insight as to what I'm doing, unplugging the 5-watt fans that really don't need to be plugged in. If they're not making a difference on your rig, just get rid of them. That's one huge move. Then CPU miners, if they're not profitable, why are you running them? I mean, I understand spec mining, stuff like that, but unless you have a secondary job or a third job, something that can afford that kind of hobby, then don't put yourself in a hole over it. I mean, that's just my opinion. And then lastly, doing the 120 to 240 volt instead is 100% going to benefit you in the long run when crypto mining. Hopefully you guys learned something today. Hopefully you appreciated the content. If you did, don't forget, go down here, hit this like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys haven't seen this video or this video, please go check them out, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.